Hi everyone, welcome to Dividends, the show for and about your College of Business. We're going to dive right in today with Blaise Carabello, and she is an MBA student on campus, but also one of our star entrepreneurs. So Blaise, thanks for taking time out. This is a very busy time for you, I know, both academically and with your business. So thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Before we dive into iRevive, let's talk about where you are in your college career. You're an MBA student,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, and this is your last semester.
Yes.
With any luck at all, you'll finish the capstone class and
Yes.
you'll have your MBA, and then you'll go out and take on the world.
That's the plan.
All right. So all the time you've been studying for that and doing other things, you have started this business. So tell us a bit about the business. I'm interested in how you juggle all the things that you have going on. But first, tell us about your business and how that got started.
Alrighty, so my business is iRevive. We repair iPhones and other Apple products, but mainly iPhones. We pretty much can repair anything in the iPhone, except if you drop it in a bucket of water and it sits there for 2 days. I'm sorry, you're pretty much out of luck.
Okay.
We might be able to help you, but chances are probably not. We started back in September is when we officially kind of started, but kind of took a break over the holidays and then really ramped up business actually in this past month, and been absolutely crazy. Phones ringing off the hook, which is super exciting.
Okay, but why iPhone repair? To those of us who have iPhones, and we've all had them and cracked the screens, it seems like you have to have some kind of Harry Potter wizard designation to fix them, and you are not an engineer. I mean, what got you into this business?
Well, I like to think that everyone needs the wisdom, the Harry Potter wisdom to fix it. It's good for my business that if you can't actually think you can fix it yourself.
Yeah,
but
especially us old people, us old guys can't do it.
But it pretty much all started, I used to be a very, very active person. In the past 2 years, I've had 2 separate back surgeries, which have completely pretty much put me down, where not basically bedridden, but pretty much bedridden, wasn't allowed to do much activity. And I was used to waking up at 5 o'clock every morning and having goals and purposes and going for these goals and purposes all day long. And all of a sudden, all these things were, these goals and everything that I was trying to strive for was pretty much gone. So the first back surgery, I started knitting, and I would knit all day long. And then I got to thinking, well, maybe I'm going to try to sell what I was knitting. And I was like, it took way too long to do, was not going to be profitable. And then second time around, like with the iPhones, I broke my phone and took it to a shop, paid an astronomical amount of money, and was without my phone for 2 days. It was terrible, terrible, terrible experience, really, really inconvenienced. And then 2 days later, I dropped my phone again. And I was once again without a screen. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not about to pay another $100 and be without a phone for 2 days. I was like, I'm going to fix this thing myself. So I went online, ordered a screen, watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and fixed my phone. And then my mom broke her phone, and I fixed her phone. And then I started fixing other friends' phones. And I also would buy the broken phones off of eBay, find the parts, and then resell them on Amazon Seller and make a pretty good profit off of it. But as the buying friends' phones turned into, as the friends fixing friends' phones thing kind of turned into a thing, I was like, well, shoot, maybe I can just turn this thing into a business. And that's pretty much how iRevive was born.
But you've always done something.
Yes, yes.
Even when you were younger, right?
Right. I mean, it started out with lemonade. I mean, every kid sells lemonade, I feel like, at some point. And I mean, I sold a ton of lemonade. But as you know from lemonade, you sell lemonade for about, I don't know, 50 cents. It's not a lot of great profit there.
Right,
So
right.
From lemonade, I actually went to bread. So I sold both baked bread and sold bread around the neighborhood. I actually had a friend who I would do all this with. And then from there, we created Wishy Washy Car Washy, which was a car washing company that we had. And we had all these people in the neighborhood basically on a subscription service. So we would come by every 1 or 2 weeks and wash their cars. And we did this till I was probably about in high school. And I got to high school, and high school life kind of took over. And
Wishy-washy car.
Washy. Actually, yeah, Wishy Washy Car Washy. My friend's probably 8-year-old sister helped us come up with the name.
Well, that's catchy.
It kind of sounds like an 8-year-old helped us out with it, but.
All right, so how did you get tethered to the e-center?
I got tethered to the e-center. I was in the business school, So I kind of knew about it there. And then I took Dr. Holt's class on entrepreneurship, and I came to him when I had the idea. I was like, hey, how do I kind of get all this started? He said, guess what? We have just the right place for you to go. We have the E-Center. It's awesome. They're going to help you build this thing from the ground up, and they'll hold your hand and walk you through it. So that's.
And it has grown. You have employees now.
I have
Today you just met with a CPA, so you're going through the growing pains and all that.
Yes, exactly. And phone's ringing off the hook, which is also great. I mean, there's definitely some.
Well, and the great thing that makes you different is you're cheaper, and you turn it around while you wait. I mean, you really make it good for the.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever been without your phone for
I have.
any amount of time, but it is terrible. We are very attached to our phones, and.
Well, thank you for relieving some of that stress in our lives when they break. Congratulations on the business. We appreciate you coming in and talking with us, and good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
We'll take a break. Be back with more in just a moment. Stay tuned.
So you have an idea. It's exciting. It's original. It's genius. And you think it could be the next big thing. But how do you turn this idea into reality? At the Entrepreneurship Center, we will guide you through every step of the entrepreneurial process and help along the way, from developing and enhancing your idea to building your product and bringing it to market. Our programs will help refine your idea and connect you with other creative individuals. You can collaborate with students and discover their brilliant ideas, learn from expert faculty and accomplished business leaders, and even receive money to expand your venture and start your own company. Whether your idea is a revolutionary product, app, or service, we can help. The Entrepreneurship Center at Mississippi State University. From invention to innovation, it starts here.
There are a number of student activities that students can get involved with, but few of them know that they can start a company while they're in school. We want students to consider that when they come to school here, they have 4 years to create themselves a job, create a new venture, and that's really what the center's here to provide. We're here to provide the resources, connections, and programs that can help them start a company. The background of our students is extremely diverse. All across campus, students are getting involved, forming these companies, and people, all sorts of different backgrounds coming together to create these startups that are just doing amazing things. Regardless of where you're at in the entire startup process, whether you're coming in with a fresh idea, already have an established company, or just are trying to get interested in entrepreneurship, we want to put students in a position where they feel encouraged and supported to pursue their passions so they can make an impact no matter what field or industry they go into.
Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is Kyle McCrary, and he is the reigning president of the Student Entrepreneurship Club. So you keep things percolating in the E-Center, and we appreciate that. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
Tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get tethered to the Entrepreneurship Center? What brought you in our door?
Well, I came into Mississippi State thinking I wanted to go into engineering, so I kind of started that path off, and within about my second semester, I was trying to be active and find, clubs and activities. I saw a poster or a little flyer out about the E-Club meeting, and I went to that, and it turned out that was either like the first or the second semester E-Club had started. So I went to those meetings. It was really cool. It was a bunch of students who had either already started their businesses or really wanted to. About 70% it was probably about 20 of them started businesses while we were there. I was a little out of the loop because I didn't really have a business idea in mind. I just was enraptured by the idea of entrepreneurship, the freedom to make my own job, So I would go to meetings and they would talk about all their customers and stuff, and I felt a little out of place, but at the same time I was like, I can learn from these guys, make friends with them. So I stayed active within the entrepreneurship club. We call it the E-Club. So I've just kind of stayed around the area for a while, and that's how I got introduced to the Entrepreneurship Center at Mississippi State. And in that, it's just kind of opened up a lot of doors for me.
Yeah, so you've taken on a leadership role now, and we want the students to drive the E-Center, so it's important that we have folks like you And in the last couple months, you have undertaken to really put your own spin on the E-Club and the E-Center. And so tell us about some things that are going on that you're in the middle of.
Yeah, well, the main focus of the E-Club was really, so after being a part of it with some really amazing people, they kind of had this upper echelon feel about them, and they all kind of graduated and passed the flame on to me and a couple of other people. I ended up being the vice president, but we all got wrapped up in school, and it was really busy, and there was something missing. There wasn't really the value added to when we meet. So what I decided to do as of this previous fall, I decided that I would take the E-Club and kind of rise it up again, take that flame and carry it on. So I actually decided what wasn't working in the past semesters of adding value. We didn't really add the value and whatnot. So I thought about that, and I thought, okay, there's a bunch of students out here at Mississippi State's campus that they don't have businesses and they don't know what they want to do, just like I was originally. So I was like, what if we cater to those people? People who maybe heard the word entrepreneurship but don't know anything else about it. So I kind of just formed a guerrilla marketing campaign myself, went to, through all the channels that the E-Center had to offer to contact entrepreneurs. And then lately I've just been trying to find students like, hey, have you ever thought about creating your job? Are you interested in this? Just come on to a meeting. There's nothing to worry about when it comes to dues or anything for this semester. We're just gonna bring people in and try to teach y'all about entrepreneurship, hopefully gain some skills, if anything, meet new people.
Are you ever surprised? I say that because I am. It's just the sheer variety of folks who walk in the door and their business ideas. I mean, to me, it is staggering, just the spectrum of ideas that come through.
Oh, I mean, it's amazing, and it makes you realize you can't judge a book by the cover. If you see someone walk by and they look shy and timid, and they aren't dressed nice, in some sweats, and they kind of like peek in, and you're like, hey, are you lost? What do you need some help or something? And they're like, yeah, I kind of had this idea, but I didn't really know what to do with it. And it's like, oh, come on in. We set up a meeting with them and we start talking with them, and they could be a business idea that you would have never thought of. And you're like, why on earth is this not here?
Yak socks, for example. Socks out of yak. Well, I mean, I didn't see that one coming when she walked in the door.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, we had some business ideas based off sweet potatoes that are being thrown away, and they're amazing. I'm like, this is fantastic. So that being said, the E-Club wants to facilitate a place where people can be connected with. So someone has an idea but they don't know how to develop it, then they can team up with the E-Club, people in the E-Club, and make a business.
Well, we couldn't do it without folks like you who just get involved and just get immersed in entrepreneurship because it needs to be student driven. So thank you so much for the time and for helping us build this wonderful program.
It's my pleasure, my passion.
That's going to do it for this episode of Dividends. We appreciate you watching, and we'll look for you next time. Thanks.